Now, Nick Fuentes.
Now, let's say this. Personally, I know as a Panther, me being a Panther, y'all think that I'm against them being. I don't. I really. I like. My job is to care about my people. I don't. I personally don't mind white, so-called white national supremacists. I really don't care. Because the thing is, they have a right to do what they do. We have a right to do what we do. We don't necessarily have a problem with them being proud of their race, being proud of who they are. I don't even have a problem with them hating against us, to be honest with you. Where the problem comes in is that when it infringes on our territory, which as often happens with the oppressor in the society, that's what they do. We don't have a problem with them having Wall Street. We built Black Wall Street. They burned it down. So I don't have a problem with white nationalists. To be honest with you, I've had them call my radio show. I've had them come on the Panther channel when I had it up. It should be back up. And you know, I've had some productive conversations with them. Now, do I trust them? Of course not. But I'm not one of these emotional revolutionaries who just, that's not even a revolution, that's a reactionary actually, that get all in a hissy fit because, oh, look at him, he's a white supremacist. Okay, I'm a black supremacist. So what? So what? Let them do them. It's about us doing us. But let's get into it, family.
Peace, love, life, and balance. So check this out. Nick Fuentes. I know a lot of y'all is what looking at the title or maybe shocked might be saying this, but I'm going to explain this. Nick Fuentes is not a real white supremacist. All right, he's not a white supremacist. Okay, this kid's not a white supremacist, man. I can speak from this explicitly what a real white supremacist is because I'm a real Black Panther. Okay. I'm gonna explain to y'all what a white supremacist is, what a white supremacists really are, because they give y'all an image of a white supremacist. That's a Nick Fuentes and others like him are a distraction, and they're not the true white supremacists. Nick Fuentes, first of all, as I said in the video I did on Just Pearly Things, I don't have a problem. Y'all might, a lot of y'all had a misconception because you see a lot of imitation Panthers, imitation pro-blacks. Listen, we not, despite what a lot of manifest guys say, pro-black, we don't have, the ones who really doing the work, we don't have time to be in your comment section. Those are feds. Those are emotionally stunted black people who need help, or people who just don't know better saying they pro-black, or just black people, or people speaking from their own feelings. They're not pro-blacks. And they get lumped in with us a lot of times, and the real pro-blacks we don't really give a shit about who you dating, you know, or anything like that. We don't really care about that. Of course, we would prefer things to be a certain way, but we don't care about who you date and all of this. We're not sitting around on y'all streams, commenting on y'all streams and all of that. Don't get us confused with that. Now, Nick Fuentes is not a guy who is a white supremacist. He's a shock jock, pretty much. Now, he's more so of a white nationalist, and he says it himself. White supremacists, speaking from my experiences, I've actually dealt with real white supremacists, okay? I've had them actually talk to me and come at me, okay? They don't come to you. Now, those of y'all who know I am, I'm the Chief General Commander of the legendary Black Panther Party. I grew up in the Black Panther Party. I've been doing the work for years. I elevated to a leader. Y'all, a lot of y'all know me from my old channels. I know me from when I was in the news, from when the Feed the People event happened in my city, in my hometown city, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and it got interrupted. We got into a fight with the police. A lot of y'all see me on video fighting the police, whatever, but it was in self-defense. I don't advocate fighting the police for nothing, you know, reason they attacked us first. And I grew a massive following, and then I got Andrew Tate before Andrew Tate got Andrew Tate. I had all my platforms deleted except for one, except for my really old YouTube and my Facebook. and I dealt with white supremacy for real. So I'm telling y'all from experience. I'm not just some guy. That Nick Fuentes is not a true white supremacist, okay? These guys that you see that are political, whether they be white or black, on the left-hand side or on the right-hand side, they're on the same team. They are two feathers of the same bird. Now, does Nick Fuentes he might not be prejudiced towards black people, whatever? Yeah, he may be so. But I don't have a problem. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this, and fellow true revolutionaries will tell you the same thing. We don't care about Nick Fuentes or people like him. We don't really care about them. As long as they don't step in our space, we don't care. We're not finna go attack them. We're not gonna get mad at what they say. We're not finna do any of that. Now, emotional people that who get triggered easily, yeah, they're gonna do something. But trained leaders like myself, like other leaders that's in the movement, like an AJ Frazier, Ababu Aluame, shout out to them, shout out to Who You New Gun Club, shout out to Panther, shout out to real Black Panthers doing the work. We don't give a shit about Nick Fuentes, man. Nick Fuentes is a guy who is, he's a shock jock. He's a young guy. And he's going around saying things because he knows it's going to rile people up. And he may believe what he's saying, but even if you believe what he's saying, he's not a true white supremacist. True white supremacists are mostly scientists, politicians, okay, and high-level businessmen. They're not out here trying to attack random black people. They putting together eugenics. They putting together gentrification. They putting together big elaborate plans. And true white supremacists, as you go up the level, even in these white groups, as you go up the levels, they not sitting up here. They thinking on more of a higher level, and they not calling blacks inferior at all. They don't talk like that. They don't talk to their kids like that. The elite white supremacists, this is how they do. They will pull their kid to the side. They be like, listen here, Johnny. Listen here, Johnny. You see this man here, this black guy here? These people, don't underestimate them. They're dangerous, but not for what they're saying. Because guess what? They got the ability to wipe out our race. Guess what? They are genetically stronger than us. They are genetically stronger than us. If there's more of us than them, just by simple mathematics, we're gone. Now, we've been given the ability and the grace of the Lord to be on top right now in this great country of America. So with that ability, we're going to keep them down. We'll let them kill themselves. We'll even fund their movements. We'll put drugs in their communities. They think on a whole nother level, man. They don't think that we're dumb apes and stuff like that. They don't even talk like that. I've had them call me and talk to me. They're very cordial. A real depiction of a white supremacist that you guys should watch is the what movie? The Spike Lee movie, Black Klansman. When David Duke is calling, they talking like that, and they talking. I'm not talking about when he thought he was white, man. You notice after he found out, he still called him and talked to him. He still does to this day. The brother in the movie, I forgot his name. He still calls him because that was based on to this day. That's how they communicate. They come. I can pull old clips from my radio show when I did the radio show. They would call my radio show and talk. They actually want to have common ground. The true white supremacists and white nationalists, the true ones, not the ones who doing shock jock and saying stuff and whatever. They're not concerned. They're not really concerned. They already understand. They want to keep the system how it is. They either want to keep the system how it is, and they're moving on an upper mobility level. And they have tech firms. They're in political office. They have they're in federal agencies. They're not sitting around on the internet. They don't want to be seen like that. They want to be seen as if they're good guys. They want to be seen as if they're charitable. Hence, allegedly a George Soros. They're not a Nick Fuentes. Okay? They're just not. So you guys have to understand what it really is. I'm not offended by Nick Fuentes and people like him because they're inconsequential to freedom. They're not on top. They're in the same position as we are. They're just on a different side. The elites look at them just as expendable as they look at blacks. They don't look at it like that. They're into genetics more so than color. Even it's deeper than even black and white with the elites. Now, do they still go by those things? Of course they do, because they're supremacists. But they're not doing the things y'all think they're doing. They're not moving on that level. The real genuine, you got, just like with us, how I just told y'all, we got false flaggers that call themselves in the movement and pro-black. They have the same thing. The ones you see all loud and going to these rallies and these on both sides, on the pro, when you see in the news like the KKK was fighting the Black Panthers, them don't even be real Panthers. Them don't even be real KKK. They on the higher levels of this, on our side, I can speak from our side for sure, and I know from their side, because like I said, they check up on us. They not doing that, man. Those are people who trying to get a name for themselves, clout chasers. They not real white supremacists or black supremacists. White supremacists and black supremacists, both of us on different levels. We different. We not the same, but there are some similarities. Okay, now on our end, we're not racist. The Black Panthers were not racist. So you'll see some Black Panthers that act very racist and want to go this. They're not real Panthers. We was never against it. We was all about elevating our people, not putting down nobody else. We just say, hey, this is we proud of ours, we protecting ours, and if you come and touch us, it's on and popping. It's about self-defense. It wasn't about going attacking, even verbally. And these guys you see that are called that with the MAGA hats and all of this and doing that, Trump is a master marketer, man. Trump is a gangster. Trump not even really. Trump don't even got. Look, man, Trump. I'm not a fan of Trump or Biden. Now, y'all know me. I'm not a fan of the Republicans or the Democrats. But I respect the hell out of Trump's gangster. Okay, I respect his gangster to the T. Trump is a master marketer. He saw the uprising of the Democratic Party with the Obama and the woke moves. He saw all of that, and he capitalized on and created a new marginalized people. He helped create a new marginalized people. He helped point out certain things, and he basically helped turn the narrative that, hey, the white man is now being discriminated against. And guess what? On certain levels, he's correct. On certain levels, he's correct. And let's be real. Now that don't mean that's what the actual overall systematic thing that's going on. But I mean, I had white women come up to me, tell me straight up, and that like, hey, I don't want to deal with white men no more, because I'm not talking about white women that want to be black. I'm talking about white women who was, rich. I live out in the valley, that was rich and was with celebrities even. Y'all know I'm an actor. Y'all know I'm an actor and I work on set, so I get to talk to some of y'all favorite celebrities. I've had older, I won't say names because we cool, but I had older celebrities who y'all would never think, they're not even doing the woke stuff in public, come to me and be like, and denounce white men. So because of certain narratives that's been created, but what y'all have to understand, the elites control both sides. They control the red side and the blue side. And what's going on right now is, go back to the tweet about Kanye, what Kanye West sent to Donald Trump, where he said dragon energy. The dragon energy, I'm gonna break that down in a complete video. If you want me to break that down, just comment, request it. I will break that down. But the dragon energy, the red energy, hence the red pill, is what's being pushed, because they are seeping that in, because the blue energy has to fade right now. The mother goddess has to take a small step back and be reintegrated and reintroduced. And I'm all speaking over people's head, but if I want me to break that down, I will break that down more. And I have a video I'm doing called Operation Red Pill, where I can break this whole red pill thing down from beginning to end. And I can show you that this has been plotted since before the 60s. I even show you government documentation to prove it. But you must request it. But don't get caught up into this. Even with just I only get the video because people was just requesting it. All right. I don't. Y'all know me. I don't go through my channel. I don't normally get into certain beefs and stuff. And when I said she was a racist, I was saying it by the definition of what actual racism is. Now, by the definition, the American definition of racism that you guys know, you can't really prove that with what happened with that situation. But the reason I myself and other creators took to the racism argument, because of we understand that the way she's been marketing, the way she's been coming up, this was a culmination of things. We all saw this coming. Not all of us, some of us saw this coming. We already saw what it was. So from a systematic standpoint, that's what it was. Whether she believes she is or not, she was partaking in that. Doesn't mean that she believes that in her heart is what she was doing. But to close out, and I'm gonna like I said, I could do a whole breakdown on the red pill. Y'all think this is just something out the blue? I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'll let you decide. This is the Balance channel. I'll just present what it is and let you decide. But I'm not, me and those who are really in the movement for real, we're not really concerned about a Nick Fuentes, man. Now, if we concerned about building our nation, feeding our people, helping our people, we're not concerned with that. Y'all looking at these people on the internet and y'all comments, y'all they not us. They're not real pro-blacks, you know. Like the image of pro-black has been such smeared, and what I'm doing, I'm going to try to present y'all the real truth about what we do, about what we actually do, who we really are, what we actually do. All right. So with that being said, understand this. Nick Fuentes and others like them. Listen, man, whether you white, black, brown, it's not racist to be proud of who you are, no matter what race, even if you're white. You can, that's okay. He should be proud to be a white man. It shouldn't be that. I actually agree with them. They shouldn't be, they should be proud that I want to be proud of who I am. So I don't have no problem with them being proud of who they are. I don't even have no problem with them saying white power, none of that. I only have a problem when they come attack us. As long as they don't mess with us, I don't have no problem with them. I'm for them having how they want. I'm not trying to come up and mess up their program. The thing is that when we build something that's construction, the fear of us, the fear of who we are as black people, when we build something that's functional, when we come together on any level, they see need to disrupt us. We don't try to disrupt them. And maybe that's the problem. But we don't try to disrupt them. We don't. We do more destruction to each other than we ever do to them. Ever. So what I'm doing, I'm just trying to say to y'all, don't get caught up in all of that. And I'm gonna talk more deeply about, because a lot of y'all don't know. I grew up in this, so I can give y'all, you know, deep. You can look me, I mean, straight up and down. I post all the receipts, whatever it may be. But this is not something to be emotionally charged about. What Pearly did, that's what she a white woman, man. She taking it. I'm not even mad. Listen, let's get this straight. I'm not even mad at just Pearly things. I'm not even tripping on her or Nick Fuentes. They doing what they supposed to do. They doing what they supposed to do, man. Listen, if I was white, right? If I was white, I would be taking advantage of every situation I can. That's human nature. That's why when white people try to act like they don't or they wouldn't, I don't trust them, because they being disingenuous. This human nature to try to take advantage of situations. Now, when you go extra and try to impose your will, that's a whole different level. Or put people in, that's a whole different level. That's beyond human. That's being a beast. That's being the devil. That's when it gets out of hand. So with that being said, family, make sure you subscribe if you ain't subscribed. Like and share, comment. Peace, love, life, and balance.